If you are earning, investing, or even just spending money right now, you're already exposed to something you don't even know is happening. And if this continues for a few more days, you won't need the news to explain it to you. You will feel it in fuel prices, in food, in everything. Because right now, one of the most critical systems keeping the global economy stable is quietly starting to break. And almost nobody is reacting. Don't dismiss this as just another geopolitical headline, because by the end of this video, I will explain to you three things most people are completely missing: the invisible shift that has already started, the false assumptions markets are making right now, and most importantly, the exact moment this turns into a real financial shock. Miss that moment, and you don't prepare, you react. But to see all of that clearly, you need to understand one thing first. There is a place most people have heard of, but don't truly understand: the Strait of Hormuz. It looks insignificant on a map, just a narrow stretch of water. But every single day, nearly 20% of the world's oil supply passes through it. Now, pause here. Not 2%, not 5%, 20%, which means this is not just a route, it is a control point for the global economy. And here is where people make a mistake. They think that the risk starts when things collapse. It doesn't. The real risk starts when things quietly stop behaving normally. And that is exactly what is happening right now. In just the last few hours, tanker movement has slowed sharply, military presence has increased, and the situation has escalated beyond just tension. But here is the dangerous part: this stage doesn't look dramatic. There is no panic yet, no crash, no headlines screaming crisis, which is exactly why most people ignore it. Right now, markets are making a very specific assumption. Think that this will resolve quickly. And to be fair, most of the time they are right. But here is what people forget: markets don't fail slowly, they fail after ignoring something for too long. And right now, there is one signal that will tell you when this assumption breaks. I will show you that in a moment. Let's connect what happens next. If this disruption continues, oil supply tightens, price starts rising, inflation pressure comes back, rate cuts get delayed, markets reprice everything. And here is the key: this doesn't happen gradually, it happens in phases, and then suddenly. But even this is not the biggest risk. The real risk is expansion, because this doesn't exist in isolation. If this situation spreads and other choke points like the Red Sea are affected, then we are no longer talking about disruption, we are talking about constrained global supply. And that is when price moves become very aggressive. Now, go back to what I told you at the beginning. There is a specific moment where everything flips. This is it. The shift happens when oil prices stop reacting to news and start reacting to actual supply constraints. That is the moment. Because expectations can be ignored, narratives can be delayed, but real supply pressure, that forces immediate adjustment across markets, across economies, across your daily life. So, do you think it is still early? Yes. And this phase is where most people still think that it is under control, which is why it is dangerous. Because by the time it feels obvious, you are no longer early, you're already late.